Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are going to talk about PLTR stock and why Palantir Technologies has surged today, which mainly comes from the fact that Palantir has increased their revenues by 49% in its first quarter financial results. We will also be looking at Palantir's earnings per share, their free cash flow, and their gross margins. We will use this information to make an informed prediction on how well Palantir will be doing in the future regarding their PLTR stock. After that, we will talk about if PLTR stock is a good buy right now and why Palantir is accepting Bitcoin as payment and may add a large portion of Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Like this video right now for more PLTR stock news, comment your thoughts down below, turn on subscription notifications, and let's make you some free money with Webull. Webull is a free brokerage app where you can buy and sell stocks, options, and cryptocurrencies, but right now you can get 2 free stocks with Webull. You can get the first free stock, which can be worth anywhere from $2 to $250 for just creating an account, and you can get a second free stock, which can be worth up to $1,600 if you invest $100 or more on your first deposit. You will have a 1 in 100 chance of getting stocks like Facebook, Starbucks, or Snapchat, and you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting stocks like Google or Procter & Gamble. To get this offer, just press on the link in my description box down below, but do it quickly because this offer will not last forever. And without further ado, let's get into today's stories. As you probably know, Palantir is a software analytics company that uses artificial intelligence tools in the defense industry while also landing partnerships and contracts with many large corporations. Palantir has recently reported on their most recent financial report that they had a 49% increase in their revenues regarding the first quarter of 2021, which beat Wall Street's expectations and predictions for Palantir. It was expected that Palantir would generate $332.2 million of revenue according to Wall Street. However, Palantir broke through those expectations because the revenue that they actually made was $341 million, and their government segment contributed $208 million, and their commercial segment raked in $133 million, which is extremely impressive. On average, each of Palantir's customers gives them around $8.1 million of revenue, and their top 20 clients have an average revenue of $36.1 million each. Because Palantir has 149 customers, their revenues should easily be around $1.2 billion annually. Overall, there has been an 83% growth in revenue coming from their government segment and a 73% increase in revenue coming from their commercial segment, which is also predicted to rise higher, thus boosting the PLTR stock price up. Palantir also has a decent relative strength rating of a 70 out of 99. To quote from investors.com, the RS rating tracks a stock's share price performance over the last 52 weeks, and then compares the result to that of all other stocks. The rating shows clearly if the stock is a market leader or a laggard in terms of price performance. Basically, from this statistic, Palantir stock or PLTR stock is in the top half of best stocks according to their 52-week price strength. And this is set to increase as Palantir lands new contracts and also extends existing contracts like they have done with the US Coast Guard and the Royal Navy. Now, PLTR does still trade at a high revenue multiple, but so does other companies like Snowflake, Cloudflare, CrowdStrike, and Datadog, which are all comparable to Palantir Technologies because most of these stocks are in the same sector and they are trading at values that are according to their projected 2022 revenue predictions. I must say that I was wrong and pleasantly surprised about how well Palantir did in this earnings report. Their cash flow from operations rose up to $404 million year over year, which represented a 34% increase in their margin. Their adjusted free cash flow represented a 44% increase in margin, and their EPS was 4 cents per share, which is exactly what analysts predicted for their earnings per share. The PLTR stock price increased over 8%, however, we will see if this momentum is sustainable. For the next quarter, quarter 2 of 2021, the predictions are that Palantir will make $360 million of revenue, which would be a 43% increase, and as long as Palantir beats or matches a 30% revenue growth until 2025, PLTR stock could have some serious value backing it. Palantir Technologies is also getting with the times because they now accept Bitcoin as a form of payment from their clients now, and Palantir is also considering putting Bitcoin and holding it on their balance sheet as an asset to add value to the company, like a multitude of companies have already done, which include PayPal and Venmo and of course Tesla. However, Palantir saying that they are thinking about putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet and actually doing it are very different things. But I think Palantir will buy Bitcoin and hold it on their balance sheet, because if they accept it as a form of payment from clients, if a client pays them in Bitcoin, it might be held on their balance sheet anyway, unless they plan to instantly trade it for fiat currency. If Palantir does decide to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet, that would just be free publicity, because I guarantee news and media outlets would definitely pick that story up, which could draw attention to PLTR stock. But now let's decide if right now is a good time to buy PLTR stock, and I quote, "Legendary investor Warren Buffett advises to be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful." One way we can try to measure the level of fear in a given stock is through a technical analysis indicator called the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, which is different from what we looked at earlier, which was the relative strength rating. And this measures momentum on a scale of 0 to 100. A stock is considered to be oversold if the RSI reading falls below 30. So we want to buy oversold stocks, which means that they're at a discount. And I quote again, "In trading on Monday, shares of Palantir Technologies Incorporated, ticker symbol PLTR, entered into an oversold territory, hitting an RSI reading of 29.6 after changing hands as low as $18.18 per share. By comparison, the current RSI reading for the S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol SPY, is 71. A bullish investor could look at PLTR's 29.6 RSI reading today as a sign that the recent heavy selling is in the process of exhausting itself, and begin to look for entry point opportunities on the buy side. What this is basically saying is that PLTR stock is at a great price around the $18 mark, but I would even argue that if you are willing to wait for a couple of years, that PLTR stock could do extremely well, even if you bought it in the high $20 range. With the current trajectory that Palantir is headed, I would say Palantir could easily cross $50 per share this year, and I've been saying that for a while now, but I'm going to stick by that price target because I believe in my analysis and I believe in the company. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button right now. It helps me out a lot. Comment your thoughts down below regarding Palantir stock. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see all of you in the next YT video.